Okay, let's continue with part 2 of Unit 7 for College English 1. So let's go ahead and do the reading together. Okay, a great director. Okay, so we're going to read about that director, Akira Kurosawa. Okay, and let's see, why did people admire Akira Kurosawa? Okay, let's take a look. All right, I will read, and you guys can just listen. Akira Kurosawa was a great movie director. He was born in Tokyo in 1910. He studied art, but worked in film to make money. In 1936, he got a job as assistant movie director. And 5 years later, he became a director. In his 57-year career, Kurosawa directed 30 films. In 1950, he directed the movie Rashomon. It won first prize at the Venice Film Festival. In 1990, Kurosawa won an Oscar. Why was Kurosawa a great director? One reason is that he wanted every detail in his films to be perfect. The actors in his historical movies wore their costumes for several weeks before they filmed because he didn't want them to look new. Many other movie directors admire Kurosawa. Directors Francis Ford Coppola, Steven Spielberg, and Martin Scorsese are all Kurosawa fans. They admire Kurosawa because he made wonderful films and because he was a teacher for younger directors. He tried to help them become great directors too. Okay, let's do part B. So what does each pronoun in bold refer to? Okay, so for number 1, he, the first one is he was born in Tokyo. So he is Kurosawa, right? He is Kurosawa. Okay, for number 2, it won first prize. Okay, so it, what is it? It is the movie Rashomon. Okay, the movie Rashomon. Okay, and number 3, he didn't want them to look new. Okay, he is also Kurosawa. And them, he didn't want them to look new. So he didn't want the costumes, what they were wearing, right? The costumes to look new. Okay, 5, they admire Kurosawa because he made wonderful films. Okay, they are the other movie directors, right? The other movie directors. And 6, he tried to help them become great directors too. Okay, them is the younger directors. Okay, the younger directors. Okay, so part C, think of a famous person from the past that you admire. Okay, so now I want to know who you admire. Okay, so please tell me his name or her name, right? Okay, why is he or she famous, and why do you admire him or her? Okay, so maybe you admire Kim Yuna, right, because she is a figure skater, ice skating champion. She's an ice skating champion, right, or figure skating champion. Okay, so why do you admire her? Oh, because she won the gold medal at the Olympics, right? Okay, or maybe you admire the Parasite director, right? Bong Joon-ho. Okay, why is he famous? He's famous for his movies, especially Parasite. Okay, why do you admire him? Because he's so talented, and his movie won the Oscar for Best Movie. Okay, this year. Okay, so go ahead and write that down. Let me know who you admire. Okay, and then when you finish, do part D and write a paragraph about that person that you admire. So maybe for part D, you could say a famous person right from the past, right from before that you admire. So maybe, oh, I admire Steve Jobs, right? He was a famous inventor. He created the iPhone and the iPad, right? Which I like to use. Okay, so you guys go ahead and make a paragraph about the person you admire. Okay, and when you finish that, I just want to do one more page in the student book for today. Let's go to the presenting page. Okay, presenting page, giving a presentation. Okay, so let's read this presentation. Okay, and I want you to circle, right? Circle the main ideas, right? Circle the main ideas, and let's underline the details. Okay, so when you're presenting, okay, try giving details. Details give important information about a topic. Use details to make your presentation more meaningful. Okay, so I'll read, and you guys go ahead and circle those main ideas and underline the details. I admire my 70-year-old grandmother, Mimi. She's a very energetic woman. When she was young, she was a gym teacher. Now she's a great athlete. She still runs in a lot of races, and she usually wins gold medals. I also admire Mimi because she's kind to everyone. For example, she drives her older friends to the doctor, and she often makes cookies for the children in her neighborhood. She sometimes helps at the local library. Mimi loves to have fun. She likes to travel, get together with her friends, and play games. Once, she played a 3-day Monopoly game with her grandchildren. I'm very lucky that Mimi is my grandmother. Okay, so the main ideas that you can circle, right? She's a very energetic woman, and also I also admire Mimi because she's kind to everyone, right? You guys can circle that. And also Mimi loves to have fun, right? You can circle that. Okay, and then just underline the details, right? So when they say she's a very energetic woman, right? She has a lot of energy. You can say, oh, she was a gym teacher, maybe great athlete, okay? Maybe runs in a lot of races, okay? And then for the second one, some details are she drives her older friends to the doctor. She helps at the local library. Okay, and then for the final main idea, she loves to have fun, right? You can underline she likes to travel, right? Get together with friends, play games, okay? And she plays games with her grandchildren. Okay, you guys can underline all of those things. Okay, and then finally for part B, okay, so read the presentation again and complete the diagram. So write the main ideas in the circles and the details outside the circles. Okay, so you guys can, let's go ahead and do this part together, right? Okay, so we're talking about Mimi, right? So we'll put the main ideas inside the boxes, right? The main ideas inside the boxes. Okay, so you guys can write energetic, okay? The book already did energetic. And then you can also write inside kind, right? She's kind. Okay, and then for the last one, for the bottom, you guys can go ahead and write fun. Okay, you guys can write fun here. Kind and fun. Okay, so those are the main ideas. Okay, for energetic, right, we know she was a gym teacher. Also, she's a great athlete. She's a great athlete. And also, she runs races. Okay, so you guys can write those for the details. And then for kind, we can say that she drives her friends, right? She drives her friends to the doctor. Okay. She makes cookies for children, and helps at the library. Okay, so write those details for kind. And then finally, for fun, you can say, oh, she likes to travel. She likes to get together with friends and play games. Okay, you guys can write all of those things for fun. Okay. And then when when you're finished doing that, we'll go ahead and check your answers for the workbooks. Okay, let's check your answers for people we admire. We'll start with the vocabulary. Vocabulary first. Okay. So number 1, Pablo Picasso is my favorite artist. Okay. Number 2, Nelson Mandela was the leader of South Africa. Jane Goodall is a scientist. Isabel Allende is a Chilean writer. Prince William's grandmother is the Queen of England. Maria Sharapova plays tennis. She is a great athlete. Louis-Jacques Daguerre was an inventor. Peter Jackson is a director from New Zealand. Okay, part B. Number 1, In-Bee Park plays golf. She is a famous athlete from South Korea. I like to make new things. I want to be an inventor. Romeo and Juliet is my favorite play, and Shakespeare is my favorite writer. A president is often the leader of a country. Painters, writers, and musicians are all artists. Some scientists work for drug companies. Okay, they make medicines. Okay, then for part C, just answer the questions about you, what you think, right? Who is your favorite athlete? Okay. Oh, my favorite athlete is Song Hong-min, or my favorite athlete is Messi. Who is the leader of your country? The leader of my country is Donald Trump. Okay, who's the leader of your country? You can say, the leader of my country is Moon Jae-in, right? Moon Jae-in. Okay, who are the writers? Sorry, excuse me. How are writers and artists alike? Okay, so maybe they are both creative, right? They are both creative. How are scientists and inventors the same? Okay, they both use science, right? And they have to maybe do experiments. Okay, what is the name of a writer you like? Okay, I like the writer Jack Kerouac. Okay, what about you? What writer do you like? Maybe you could say, I like the writer J.K. Rowling, or I like Dan Brown as a writer. Okay, do you want to have any of these jobs? Which one? I would like to be the leader of my country so I can change things for the better. Okay, or I would like to be an artist because I'm a very creative and artistic person. Okay, you guys go ahead, write all those things, just what you think, right? What you think, or make it about you, right? Make it about you. Okay, so let's do the grammar page. Okay, let's take a look at it. We'll check your answers. Okay, number 1, part A, number 1. Were you at home last night? No, I wasn't. I was at a movie. Was Julius Caesar a leader? Yes, he was. Were Victoria and Marie Antoinette queens? Yes, they were. Was I in your class last year? No, you weren't. Were you and Trina on vacation last week? No, we weren't. Was Audrey Hepburn French? No, she wasn't. Okay, let's do part B. Let's rewrite the sentences in the simple past tense. Okay, number 1, he wasn't a director. He was a scientist. 2, were they in Italy on vacation? 3, I was a writer. Okay, I wasn't an artist. 4, were you surprised at the news? Were you surprised at the news? Okay, 5, we were excited about the movie. I was in Cozumel. The weather was beautiful. Were you nervous about the exam? Okay, part C. Number 2, were Shakespeare and Dickens writers? Okay, yes, they were. Were George Bush and Tony Blair athletes? No, they weren't. They were leaders. Was Cleopatra an inventor? No, she wasn't. Right? She was a queen, or she was a leader. Okay. Were you in class yesterday? No, I wasn't. Were you sick last week? You could say, yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. Okay, let's do the last page. We'll take a look at the reading. Okay, let's read about the Nobel laureate, Doris Lessing. Okay. All right. So why do people admire Doris Lessing? Okay. So Doris Lessing was born in Iran, then called Persia. Her parents were British. They moved to Rhodesia in Africa. After independence, Rhodesia became Zimbabwe. Lessing's childhood wasn't happy. She never finished high school, but she educated herself and became a great writer. Her own unhappy childhood and little education made her interested in the role of women. Her life in Rhodesia made her interested in Africa. She also wrote science fiction, books about worlds she imagined. The Golden Notebook was her most famous book. It is about a woman who is also a writer. Lessing wrote other novels, as well as 2 books about her own life. She was concerned about social issues such as race, equality, and civil rights. Every year, a committee in Sweden awards the Nobel Prize in Literature. In 2007, it awarded the prize to Doris Lessing. She was only the 11th woman to receive the prize. She was also the oldest person at age 88. Doris Lessing died in 2013. She was 94. Okay, part B. So they moved to Rhodesia in Africa. Okay, they is her parents. Lessing never finished high school, but she educated herself and became a great writer. Okay, she is Lessing. Many people know about her and her book, The Golden Notebook, about a woman and the choices she makes. Okay, about her, okay, is also Lessing. Okay, 4, many people know about her and her book, The Golden Notebook, about a woman and the choices she makes. Okay, she is the character in the book, about the woman in the book. Okay, the character in the book. 5, every year a committee in Sweden awards the Nobel Prize in Literature. In 2007, it awarded the prize to Doris Lessing. Okay, so it awarded the prize. It is the Nobel Committee. Okay, the Nobel Committee. Okay, part C, true or false? Okay. Number 1, Doris Lessing was born in Rhodesia. Okay, false. She was born in Iran. She didn't go to college. True. She was interested in the role of women. True. Her most famous book was The Golden Notebook. True. She only wrote novels. Okay, false, right? She also wrote science fiction and books about her own life. She won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1988. Okay, false, right? She won it in she won it in, sorry, what year was it? I'm sorry. She won it in 2007, Okay, and she was 100 years old when she won the prize. Okay, false, right? She was 88. She was 88 years old. Okay, thank you, and next week, make sure you guys take a look at the attendance check on the Q&A for the class website. Okay.